All right, welcome to another video where I go over the deck list from December 13th. Up today we have the green-white, I call it Big Boys deck. Plays a lot of high casting cost creatures. I'm not sure how this is actually going to play out. It does, in theory, play, it plays 17 land, but it also plays another 8 here. So in theory, it plays 25 lands. I don't know how well it's going to work out. I am going to craft the cards that I'm missing right now. I've been kind of holding off on the Valkyrie just because it's not available in packs, and I don't know how good it is. And I likely wouldn't play it outside of this deck, but I made this series to basically spend the wild card so you kind of don't have to. And then, you know, when you see a deck and you're like, hey, that's a pretty cool deck, I wonder how that actually plays out. But it's so many rares. Like this one, I don't think there's any non-rare cards in it. So this is one of the ones that, yeah, I guess the basic lands. It's one of those ones where it's like, yeah, I kind of want to put this one together because somebody might see this and say, hey, and then that's really cool. Whatever, it looks really cool. Maybe, you know, how does it play? So I thought I'd put this one together. And I'm going to craft the cards that I do not have. This is the Stinger right here. But again, I wanted to craft them so you don't have to. Turn Timber's likely something that I wanted to get 4 of anyway. The only one that was the Harbinger was the only one that really kind of stung a little bit. But this is the green-white Big Boys deck. Now, this one I actually have the sideboard together. I'm not going to do best of 3 still because I just don't want to play against blue-red over and over and over again. Maybe they'll just ban Alrund's Epiphany, although I think now some decks don't even play the Epiphany. I think they're just playing the Horror. So it doesn't really matter because the Horror is just as bad, if not worse. An extra turn is an extra turn, but a big creature that's you can't counter and that bounces all of your stuff, I don't think is any better. But anyway, so we're just going to play best of 1. This is the green-white Big Boys. Deck, and we'll see how it actually plays out. Likely, if I can survive the first few turns, I will be okay. Likely, you're going to overtake. What's going on here? Why won't this scroll up? That's so weird. There it is. Oop, this one. Oh, just standard best of 1. See how it actually plays out. Decklist up here. I always like to keep it up, just because it's not my deck, so I don't really know what's in it. Well, this is a good start, I think. I have the Crafted Companion. I have Verdane against the... I think this is a good card against the black decks. Especially the Blood and Snow decks, or just any of the decks that play the snow permanents. So I'm going to keep this. I technically have 3 lands. That's actually a better hand than I thought. Oh, okay. I have no turn 1 play, so that's fine. I'll play the Forest, play the In Search of Greatness. I think. I'll get a Scry. What are you playing with forests that you're planning on? Unless you got a enchanter removal. I guess why would you have your auto stops on? Maybe that's just the way they have their game set up, I suppose. Sure. I want the land. Alright, we're going to play this, and then we're going to play this. actually, for this card here, I think I actually need to have full control on for some reason. I don't actually have anything else to cast with that. Sure. Well, this prevents them from having 5 mana on this turn. Yep, that's okay. My turn. I don't think Lotus Card was going to benefit me at all here. Okay. We'll play a land. Oh, main. Play a land. I want to try to take advantage. All right, we're going to foretell this. Okay. No, I can turn this off now. I don't need it. Just have to set a stop at their end step to make sure. So for some reason, I think this card doesn't work that well. I've seen other players play it and then have another permanent out and then actually have to cast the next one. I guess Miller would have been pretty good. Played there instead of this, but that's all right. Yeah, I'm not playing any Doomscar. There are 4 Doomscar in the sideboard. It's likely what? I don't. Yeah, man, like. I think if I was playing like blue-red, I would against blue-red, I'd be keeping these cards, but I don't really have anything else that I'm drawing into. I think I have to keep that. Yeah, I think I keep it. I think. I only have 5 mana. Yes. Strong possibility they just have another fight card, and then I'm just dead anyway. Yeah, this is likely the deck where I'd want to have the Doomscar available to me, but that's fine. Again, we just wanted to put this kind of deck together. This deck, again, like I said, it seems to be the deck that you want to play against the blue-red because basically everything is a huge threat. So they can't counter and stop everything, although they can slow you down. Or yeah, that's fine. So hopefully this actually works. I think we're gonna play that, and then I can play the turn Symbiosis. Can I do both? Yeah, I can. Yeah, sure. 3 life. Although, had I known, I would have rather have done it this way, but think I attack. I think I just hold back for blocks. The Valkyrie Harbinger, Harbinger, definitely gives you a nice big blocker and some life. I think it's at the end of your turn though. No, it's this turn. Okay. So now with this, I actually get to play this for free, as long as the mammoth survives, and then I get to draw as well. So I think this is the first time I've ever put a permanent to play with this card. Okay. Get the old This thing doesn't trample, so I don't care about that. Let's see. This can block here. This can block here. This can block here. This can block here. I believe. So now I do gain 4 life from the Harbinger, and then now I actually get multiple Blizzard Brawls there. Marius Call. How many mana do I have? I have 6, so I don't really. I mean, I don't really want that. Okay. They're at 18. Do I just kill them? 10. Yeah. Well, come back from that one pretty easily. I'll take it. Yeah, well, you kind of saw the power of In Search of Greatness there. That card impressed me in that game. All right, we're going to play one more. Again, this being best of 3, you have lots of options here. I don't know about the Mila. I don't know if that card's any good or not. I also don't know if it allows me to play the backside of this. That might have been why it came up. I could have just played it for free. That might be why it's there. Maybe. Cast a permanent, yeah. Maybe I could have just cast the backside of it. That's interesting. So maybe that's what the this card is in there for, not for the 3 mana stuff. Pardon me. Okay. We got a bunch of lands. I think the low land count gives you an advantage. Plus you have spells. So, I mean, that game there, you saw how many lands I drew. Oh, you mulliganed a lot. Okay. It is possible I could have led one of these as well. Just play the Lotus Cobra. This is fine. This might just be a better card than the Prosperous Innkeeper. That's interesting. We're playing Snowlands. I'm just what I'm gonna do. I think we're at 3 mana. I think I'm gonna run this out instead. Maybe this draws a removal, and then I'll have Redain left. I'll probably get bounced here. Yep. Now, man, if they can have the perfect draw, then they hit all their land drops and they don't miss any land drops because most of the blue-red decks are playing very few lands. Then I'm in trouble because if they have another Fading Hope here, I'm basically behind by 2 turns.
Last chance to stock up on holiday gifts at Marks. From December
Still gonna play it
16th
the
to
same way.
23rd, save up to 50%
Right, they
on
didn't
door
have the
crashers,
Fading Hope that
jackets,
time.
and snow pants. Plus, buy one sweater, get one free.
But they
Visit
could
Marks
have
in
the
store or at
Thunder's
marks.com to shop our
deals
gift
4
guide.
damage card. They
You're
did not.
invited to the Sephora
Okay.
Fragrance for All event, where all fragrance is 15% off when you spend $50 or more on fragrance. This season, the gifting possibilities are endless. Shop limited edition sets and exclusives from the most wanted brands, plus savings on gifts everyone on your list will love. This season at Sephora, there's more beauty to go around. The Sephora Fragrance for All event, December 13th through 24th. Some conditions apply. Visit sephora.ca for details.
Quick check showed me which Capital One card I could get approved for with 100%.
They could potentially want to
I wish I was that
counter
certain
this,
about
but I don't know
everything.
what they're going to counter it with.
Whether the baby will keep me
They
up.
could be playing other main deck counter spells. Yeah, that's fine.
Love holidays.
Life is full of uncertainties, but not knowing
I'm
if
just
you'll be
gonna
approved for a
foretell
credit
this
card
and then
shouldn't
pass
be
turn.
one of them. Quick Check lets you know with 100% certainty before you apply. Plus, it won't impact your credit score. Capital One, what's in your wallet? See our website for conditions and limitations.
They played a land there, didn't they? Okay. I guess I'll run this out. They could have another divide by 0. It's not a lot I can do about it. I have to keep playing my spells. They did not. Okay. Sure. Still have a divide by 0. What's this thing? I don't care about that. They could be playing the Sweeper. The Sweeper's going to cost them 7 mana. They have 7 mana there. Not going to do anything. I don't really want to lose all of my threats. Burn down the house. They may have that. It's going to cost 7 mana, but that's fine. Oh, they have that card. Okay, now burn. No, burn down the house. That's interesting. Oh yeah, I guess it's 7 mana. They could have a divide by 0 here. It's fine again. Yep. They have 8 mana. They need, yeah, that's all they need is 8 mana to cast the Time Walk. So go ahead, get your Time Walk. They won't be able to do anything else. Well, I guess they'll untap. And, yep, that's fine. Now the divide by 0. Also fine. Keep it up anyway. The divide by 0 up. can divide by 0 one of them. I'll just replay it. And then they'll have to deal with all of the permanents. I don't know. So if they bounce this, that's fine. They get to scry. They'll take a bunch. Still have a card. Exile. Okay, so now I can replay this. And I still have Wash Away, which they don't have any blue mana, which is cool. Yeah, just play this again. And I'll play the Battle Mammoth as well. Anything for red, only that. I'll play the Battle Mammoth as well. And then let them figure out what they want to do. They could still have a... But I have to kind of try to end the game here. So... They can gain 2 life. They can take a time walk here. Potentially bounce all of my permanents. But they still have to win the game after that. I don't see any... There's no man land there, nothing like that, so... Let them do what they gotta do. Although this match will probably be the last one that I play with this deck, just because of how long the game actually is. If you're going to play the deck, you should know how to play it quickly. Stop wasting time. Like, hurry up. Yep. Still need to gain life. Oh, I guess you can ping one. Yep. And bounce one of my... Are you not still dead? There's something I missed. This thing doesn't have reach. Cool. Alright. I'm not sure. I think I would have time walk there. They can still cast it, can they not? Was I reading the card wrong? I could have been. There it is. Non-creature. Yeah, it's only 2 more, so they had enough mana to cast the time walk and then bounce all of my permanents. But then it doesn't, it just delays it. Although I think they should have bounced, if they bounced one of my flyers, they would have potentially had another turn and then won the game. So, but they felt like the need to get rid of this card. This card here really puts the damper on a lot of decks. So if we take a look at the sideboard as well, there isn't a whole lot of I would actually change about this deck. The deck actually played a lot better than I thought it would. There's only one thing I think missing from the main deck. This card felt really weird. Just because of the mana, I didn't have the mana to actually play this and another spell, even at the 4 mana cost. It's kind of nice that my opponent can't interact with it with, some type of discard. It allows me to protect the threat. That's a good thing about it. Lotus Cobra is not the best there. I never really got to see too much, but I don't necessarily think it's... well, I don't know if it's better than the Prosperous Innkeeper or not. This potentially will ramp you. The Innkeeper definitely ramps you every time, because Lotus Cobra eats a removal spell as soon as it's cast, which generally is fine, but when it's a Spike Field Hazard, I don't know how that actually plays out. At least with the Prosperous Innkeeper, when it eats a removal spell, you still have the treasure token left behind. It only ramps you for a turn. That's fine, I think. So could be this needs to be the Innkeeper instead of the Lotus Cobra. These all felt fine. I don't know if this is the best card for this slot. It does get around a lot of removal. A lot of removals like 3 damage, especially from blue-red. Even the dragon versions, removal's like 3 damage, so it gets around that. This is still a card that I don't understand why I see it in so many decks. Is it just because it's a 5 mana big threat? There's got to be other 5 mana spells that are bigger. Or we may potentially, in this case, want to play something that's 4 mana, because I do not have a 4-drop. The only 4-drop that I have is the Battle Mammoth. But again, it doesn't... you're playing... if you play it on a turn where you're casting... Basically what you would want to do is cast this on one turn. Even on turn 3, when you foretell this, you don't have a 1 mana spell to go along with it. Foretelling it on turn 2 doesn't allow you to play it on turn 3. So it doesn't really make it, the foretell cost plus the to foretell it costs you 2, and then the foretell cost is 4, so it's actually 6 mana as opposed to the regular 5. So in some instances I could see you wanting to cast foretell, put it in, just to exile to be able to play it for 4 mana. Unless there's something I'm missing, it's very possible. But this is basically your 5-drop. So you have 9 5-drops. I don't think you need a Shaya in this instance. I don't even know if you need all 3 of them. I don't think you need any of them. But I want to go to the 4. Like, there's got to be something at the 4 mana. Now you have a Legion Angel on the sideboard. I think 1 should be in here. It allows you access to have all your Legion Angels. Cemetery Protector is a potential, has flash. You can, every time you play a creature card, which basically your deck entirely, you will get a human. You get a human token, so that's okay. What else do we have here? So we're not playing any red. Well, we have the Crafty Companion, I guess, but and at 4 mana at green, you have I don't know if this becomes a 6/6 for 4 mana, or you can make it tap for green for a legendary creature type. Oh, or a legendary. Okay, so it's creature of the chosen type. Okay, or legendary. This is a possibility. There's legendary. Vorinclex is legendary. So you have a few hits with it.
Last chance to stock up on holiday gifts at Mark's.
Sorry about that. I don't know if the music's actually coming in. Hopefully this doesn't actually interrupt my YouTube video. It's demonetized or anything like that. Not that they're monetized anyway, but to get copyright strike, that's the word I was looking for. So you have some things to hit with this card. It won't ever become a 6/6, but it might be worth it to play it on the 2 mana side and just choose maybe Angel. Doesn't really, I guess it doesn't really work there, does it? Nothing really shares a creature type. You could also, 4 mana, you could have Learn, so you could have some other stuff in your sideboard. I think Legion Angel, 1 copy of Legion Angel in your main deck for sure. Opens up a sideboard slot. Toski potentially could be something that you want in that spot as well. Ovenwall Oddity is something as well. 4 mana. Nice big hasty threat. I like this card over the other one, over Ashaya. There's not a lot of green-white. Maybe Yasharn is a possibility here too. Just because it gets you basic lands, and you have basic lands. Don't see... It also prevents a lot of the stuff. The sacrifice, deadly... God, my brain is mush when I talk about these spells. Deadly Dispute. Is that right? Stops things like Deadly Dispute. Potentially, if I find it. So the Yasharn's a possibility here. No, it's not Deadly Dispute. What's it called? Anyways, it's there somewhere, I'm sure. So that is Deadly Dispute. That's weird. How come it didn't come up? Okay. Anyways, so I think Yasharn kind of stops stuff like that. Having a couple of 4-drops in here. This card basically draws you 2 cards as well. You're playing a lot of basics, or at least this deck's playing a lot of basics, so it can actually get you those lands at turn 4. I didn't seem to have an issue hitting my land drops whatsoever, and I'm only playing 17 lands. Although technically with these two I'm playing 25. Anyway, so the other thing I would potentially play in this deck is some way to... I'm not sure exactly where the weaknesses would lie in terms of creatures. Your creatures seem to be a lot bigger than the other ones. Maybe one copy of an inscription, like maybe something like this, just to give you a little bit of life, or to remove another creature, something problematic, or to give a creature a pump spell, basically. That's kind of how I would go. It has a little bit of synergy with Vorinclex. This is how I would kind of play it out, I think. Again, I didn't like Ashaya. Other than being a big, huge threat, that can end the game in one swing. It doesn't trample. There's no evasion. It does make all of your creatures into lands as well, so it becomes really, really huge. But again, it's just one removal spell, or a 1/1 just can jump block it all day long. Eventually they will run out of, jump blockers and whatnot. But any of these cards will also get the job done as well in the same fashion. And I think at 5 mana, you don't want to, having this kind of in the pocket, like I did in the last game, was a benefit. It allowed me to be able to cast it, a few turns later. But in reality, I probably could have just played it for 5 mana instead of, doing the foretell thing. But I like these. I think this is a good way to go with it. Other than that, I wouldn't change very much. Decks felt really solid. Search of Greatness, when I played it in the first game, probably won me that game because I was able to play 2 spells for like 2 or 3 turns in a row. But yeah, that'll do it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Got a little bit long. The last match was pretty long. I like to try to spend a little bit more time kind of going over the deck a little bit. But yeah, that'll do it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you later.